Yes, the name Isivavane is a Zulu name, which means a pile of stones. So in African traditional society, when a visitor comes to a place, or when a visitor comes to a place, he would leave his stone there. He would throw a stone, leave it on the pile. It's called Uponza Iche Isivavane. It's also used in traditional culture when communities are meeting, and it means to make a contribution. When we are in a meeting context and we say Uponza Iche Isivavane, it means to make a contribution. So this part there actually symbolizes a meeting place. It used to be in circle. So that's why we have stones at Isivavane. So the 9 boulders, the big stones, have been taken from the different provinces. They represent the contributions of the different provinces to our freedom. They are symbolic in nature, and they've been taken from areas of significance. For example, the northwest boulder is taken from the area where Chief Mushete and his people were assisted by the Boers to massacre people. So they are each symbolic in that sense. They are 11 in number. The 9, each one of them represents one of the 9 provinces. The 10th one represents the country nationally. And because we are a united country, we are not a federalist state. And the 11th one is the international boulder. It represents the contribution of the international community. Because during our struggles for liberation, there were people all over the world who were saying their own freedom is indivisible from the freedom of peoples all over the world. So it reminds us that our freedom as well is not divisible, and we need to support the struggles of other peoples as well for freedom. The area in the middle of the Isivavane is called Lesaka. Lesaka means, it's a Sotho name, it means the coming together, unity. And this is what Freedom Park is about. Freedom Park is telling the story of our freedom and humanity. It takes us back in history to the times of colonialization, slavery. It brings us to the periods of the First and Second World War, to the wars of resistance as settlers moved into the country, inside the country, and annexed more land, up to the First and Second World War, and more recently to the national liberation struggle. So that entire history is told here in its entirety, in order to remind us where we come from and that our freedom was not free. It's something, therefore, we've got to treasure. So Freedom Park is a monument where the heritage, the freedom heritage of the country is stored. We've got to come here to learn so that we don't repeat the mistakes of the past, but so that we actually, in the present, value our current freedom and protect it from erosion. It's also a place to reflect about the future. And in terms of the future, we need to continue to do the work to create a cohesive society, to build unity in the nation and in the African continent, and to work towards genuine and lasting reconciliation.